Greetings and welcome to Hymn Stories, number 69. Master, let me walk with thee. I don't know the tune to this song, so I'm just going to read it to you. That's the best way to describe it. O Master, let me walk with thee in lowly paths of service free. Tell me thy secret, help me bear the strain of toil, the fret of care. Help me, the slow of heart, to move by some clear winning word of love. Teach me thy wayward feet to stay, and guide them in the homeward way. Teach me thy patience still with thee, in closer, dearer company. In work that keeps faith sweet and strong, in trust that triumphs over wrong, in hope that sends a shining ray far down the future's broadening way, in peace that only thou canst give, with thee, O Master, let me live. So the author of this hymn is Washington Gladden from 1836 to 1918. The composer is H. Percy Smith, 1825 to 1898. And the tune name is To Meryton. The meter reading is LM 88.88, and the scripture reference for the hymn itself is from Matthew chapter 25, verses 31 to 46. And our scripture reading for this hymn is from Micah chapter 6, verse 8. He hath showed thee, O man, what is good, and what doth the Lord require of thee, but to justly and to love mercy and walk humbly with thy God. This hymn, published in 1879, comes from a period of religious history in this country where there was much emphasis given to the social implications of the gospel. The Civil War had ended, and our country was in the throes of a great industrial revolution. As is often true in such times, the individual is exploited for the cause of economic progress. Many of our country's more liberal clergymen became enthusiastic champions for the cause of social justice. One of the recognized leaders of the social gospel movement was Washington Gladden, known until his death as one of America's most distinguished liberal clergymen. Washington Gladden was born on a farm in Pottsville Grove, Pennsylvania on February 11th, 1836, following graduation from Williams College in 1859. He was ordained to the Congregational Churches ministry while ministering in pulpits in the East for 11 years. Gladden spent much time fighting such political groups as the corrupt Tweed Ring, and it was largely through Gladden's personal efforts that the Tammany boss himself was eventually put behind prison bars for 15 years. In 1882, Gladden was called to the First Congregational Church in Columbus, Ohio, where he remained for the next 32 years. There, he became known as one of the most powerful pulpit voices in America as he continued to apply the gospel to the social, political, and economic life of America and the world. Gladden was known not only for his influential pulpiteering and writing, but also for his negotiations in various national disputes and strikes. In 1883, he arbitrated the telegraphers' strike, and following the year, the Hocking Valley coal strike. It was always his conviction that it was the duty of the Christian church to elevate the masses, not only spiritually and morally, but to be concerned about their social and economic welfare as well. Throughout his life, Gladden was the object of bitter criticism from many leaders of the businesses world as well as from the conservative factions of the church. Even his own denomination turned against him when he attacked John D. Rockefeller Sr. for his gift of $100,000 to the Congregational Church Foreign Missions Board, a gift which Gladden termed tainted money because of Rockefeller's monopolistic practices with Washington. Gladden's views on biblical criticism were also strongly denounced by conservative churchmen when he preached that the Bible was not inerrant science and history, but merely a book of religion. Two interesting original stanzas of this hymn are no longer included in the church hymnals that reflect Gladden's feelings toward those he felt were his oppressors. And these two verses were, O Master, let me walk with thee before the taunting Pharisee. Help me to bear the sting of spite and hate of men who hide thy light. The sword distrust of souls sincere who cannot read thy judgments clear, the dullness of the multitude who dimly guess that thou art good. The tune Meryton was originally composed by an Anglican minister, H. Percy Smith, for John Kelp's hymn, Son of My Soul, number 85. It first appeared in church hymns with his tunes published in 1874. O Master, let me walk with thee was not meant to be used as a hymn text, but merely as a devotional meditation. It first appeared as a poem in a publication called Sunday Afternoon, of which Gladden was editor, under the caption Walking with God. When it was eventually suggested that the poem be used as a hymn, the Meryton tune was the choice of Dr. Gladden for his text. Although Washington, Gladden was widely known in his day for his influential preaching and writings. He is best remembered today for this one fine hymn, O Master, let me walk with thee. Thank you very much. It was nice to be back with you again, and look forward to next Sunday having the next hymn story, which will be number 70. Take care, and we'll see you again soon. Bye now.